Hey, it's Billy.
And it's Pat.
And I have a husband.
It's one thing to be with Billy and meet someone and say, this is my husband.
Yeah.
Or this is my husband. Or we're married. But it's been a totally different experience for us when we are not together, or we're on the phone, or we're talking to someone that we've never met before and they say, oh, you're married. What's your wife's name? And then you say, I don't have a wife, I have a husband.
Yeah. I'll admit that there was a time where I was a little bit hesitant in getting into a conversation or correcting someone on them pointing out, you know, oh, I must have a wife, or who's the lucky lady. Like, I just kind of was really one of those things where I was like, I don't want to talk about this anymore because it's such a non-issue. But apparently it was for me for a while. It's really not anymore.
So I've been going on a lot of job interviews recently because I'm looking for a new job, and it's been an interesting experience, all positive, thankfully for me, but to, you know, be speaking with someone and bring up the fact that I just moved here with my husband, and then kind of have a little bit of butterflies, not being able to predict what the other person's gonna say or how they're gonna react when I say that. It's really like this little mini coming out again, if you think about it.
Yeah. You also don't want to hide anything. There's no, you know, that's not reality anymore. The news, you know, the country that we live in right now is slowly going state by state. People are aware that same-sex marriage and same-sex relationships are everywhere. And you just kind of assume that if you live in a state where it's legal for two guys to get married, that it's going to be, you know,
more and more common.
More and more common, so people know how to respond and how to have a conversation.
The funny thing is that it's not just us that has to deal with it. I mean, all of our family has to kind of deal with that too, and like come out in little ways where it's relevant. Like when my mom was booking the hotel to stay in New York for our wedding, she called and she said she was there for a wedding, and they were like, oh, let's like put in the information. So she was registering it, and they were like, what? She's like, what's the groom's name? And she said my name because I'm her son, and she was like, what's the bride's name? And my mom's like, oh, there's no bride. And like the girl didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
And I don't even think it was because the girl was not okay with a gay wedding. I think it was because her like form on the computer only had groom, bride, and no other option. So she kept saying by accident to my mom, and what's the bride's phone number? What's the bride's blah, blah, blah? And my mom got really upset on the phone and was like, there is no bride. Please stop asking me about the bride. There's two grooms.
And after that happened, they sent her an email that said, the bride and groom, and your mom was like, oh!
She was like, but she eventually did speak to someone that like, someone reached out to her from customer service and like apologized, and it was all good. But it's like, it just goes to show that it's not just us that has to kind of feel that anxiety when you're about to reveal that two guys are married together.
Definitely wearing a wedding band is a whole conversation starter too, because when you have the wedding ring on, people automatically know you're married, and then they will assume and have conversations with you. So they really can happen anywhere.
Yeah. And
it could be complete strangers, it could be someone that's helping you with some kind of a service somewhere, and no matter what, I just don't care anymore to like have to worry about it. Like I just correct people. I correct them left and right. I'll say my husband, actually my husband. You know, it's like, it's much easier the more you do it and say it, and the more open you are, the more open the world becomes. Yeah.
So if you have a similar story or some examples of mini coming outs that you'd love to share with us, leave it in the comments because we'd love to read it and sort of realize that we're not the only ones who go through that. So
we're husbands.
Yeah. Deal with it.
Deal with it.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. What do we say now?